Good morning, y'all motherfucking people kind. Welcome back to Fresh, Sick, and Mick, episode 26.
Is it actually episode 26?
Episode 26. This has been 25 episodes since we last talked about artificial intelligence. Woo! But it's okay because artificial intelligence was listening to us.
Ugh. No, I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't.
I like the second half of that episode. Like, it's a good episode, honestly. But the second half where we were talking about irrational fears, because I've only got more of them now.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know if they're irrational anymore because we're learning so much about AI today.
No, not AI.
Oh.
Like the other ones.
Oh, the other ones. I was talking about it with one of my coworkers today about sharks. When we started talking
About sharks?
About sharks.
Oh, because I'm scared of sharks.
We all should be. Warn your kids about sharks.
They're a real thing. I got so many shirt stories.
Oh, my God.
Dude, this morning when I was squatting, like each set, I was like, oh, this is going to be the one.
Squat.
Oh my
shark.
God.
Sorry, you were saying about sharks?
Yeah. So I was explaining real fears from irrational fears to my coworker. And I said, I think Slick said it. He goes, "You're an idiot if you're not afraid of sharks. Like, they're scary fucking creatures."
Yeah.
And she was going like, "Well, no, you know, not that bad." I'm like, "You're out in the water. You're in their element. You're their bitch. You are no longer top of the food chain."
Yeah.
And then I explained, you know, how most shark attacks happen within 4 feet of water, and yet our mind just goes, 4 feet of water, no big deal.
Yeah.
And
Wrong.
Well, then she started going, "Holy fuck."
You think you know about 4 feet of water?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know shit. You don't know what can happen to 4 feet of water.
It's sad though because there's all these fucking terrible statistics on shark finning and everything, and it's like, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Let the fucking apex predator be, but just leave it the fuck alone. Stay away.
Well, they do it in the worst way, though, because they just cut the fin off and then off it goes. They
It's
just throw
just
it back.
a horror
You know what I
show.
mean? Like, it's...
Yeah.
You know what a good irrational fear is?
What's up?
That I always think about? Drowning in small bits of water, like a little puddle.
Dude,
or like
that's
a
where
bo-
most people
a bowl.
drown.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
But that's not irrational.
Well,
That's the
it
opposite.
is. I don't think
Well,
like that happens on a daily basis to a large number of people. You know what I mean? So it's kind of irrational.
If
but
you're not prone to seizures, passing out, etc., it would be... I'd consider it an irrational fear. If you're one who
Yes.
is a
Yeah.
narcoleptic and may just drop
Dude,
at any
that-
given moment, I would not go outside when there's a puddle.
that fucking happened. Hey,
What?
So I'm hanging out playing Guitar Hero one day. This is totally sidetracked, but we're playing Guitar Hero, and my fucking buddy comes in, and this was back when I didn't smoke weed, and he was a stoner, right? And he comes, he's like, "Oh, holy fuck, guys! There's a fucking car in the store," and we're like, "Yeah, all right, bud. Like, we know you do drugs."
A car
In the store. We just think this guy's fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, sure. He's like, no, seriously, like it just drove through the store window. So we go and we fucking look, and yeah, there's a car in the store. It's just like through the store right near my house, right in the fucking middle of the store, right on
my
top of
God.
everything. Turns out the guy had a seizure when he was driving and fucking swerved. I think it was a seizure. This was a couple years ago, but yeah, it was fucking crazy, man.
You know what
That
I
shit
did?
happens.
That's it, man.
You know what I did? I did because I get migraines, right? And they've been getting better, but when I didn't really understand them, I didn't have any idea how to deal with it, when to expect it, or anything for a time.
Right.
I was driving home from Essex long after I'd moved to Windsor. And I was driving home from Essex, and just as I got in my car, it's pitch black, raining, you know, I get a fucking migraine. Now, my migraines are highly visual based.
Okay.
My fucking eyes go, I can't see. And I don't mean like bad visibility because it's dark out and raining.
Are you driving at this point?
My eyes stopped working.
Oh, well, that's not good. You
So
need those.
I just freaked the fuck out. Luckily, I had done the drive so many times. I knew where I was, and I wasn't at like one of the big bends or anything. I was just driving straight. So I just slowed it the fuck down. I pretty much just like coasted and gently braked, firmly but gently, and then I like heard the gravel, and like that never lasts. My vision comes back, and then the fucking killer headache comes.
Right.
But so for like 5 minutes, I'm just sitting at the side of the road, like, sure hope I'm not in the middle of the road.
I sure hope no one's
Holy
gonna
fuck.
smash.
And
into me.
I had pretty much guessed it right, but Yeah, and then I drove home with the worst headache of my life.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. So, you know where AI would help? Right there. Self-driving cars. What's up? Sounds like a good thing to me.
Yep. So they fucking hack it and program 98 million crashes at once.
What the fuck are we afraid of? Who's gonna do that?
Dick people. The same reason why.
The same kind of people who blow themselves up.
Remember early computers when we first got them, and that little spam box would come up. Do you have a small penis? And when you would try to click on no, it would move, and then when you finally clicked on yes, it made fun of you. That's what. No.
What?
You guys ever saw that? Oh my god, no! That's like Windows like 98 shit.
Talking about?
You never seen that?
No.
Oh, it's like old.
What websites were you on?
Fuck, you go on any website back in the day when there was like almost like what's a firewall at the time, right? But no, seriously, someone would hack your computer, that little box would come up. I was like, oh, do you guys want like no, of course not. But it would move. They programmed it to move until you clicked yes, and they would just make fun of you.
No way.
But
That's
why
amazing.
did they do that? Because it was funny. The same reason why someone would hack your fucking car, because they're fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay, but there's a difference between this is funny or even like this is disruptive and might be expensive and this is gonna kill 100 million people.
Dude, there's people who go into hotel rooms and shoot guns at people that are doing nothing except enjoying a day.
I understand that.
You know
but
what I
those
mean?
people, this is the thing. Those people are not powerful people.
No, but anyway,
Well, the
I'm
same
just
people who
I was
hack,
kind of
right?
being sarcastic, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah.
But
and
what
if
you're talking
and
about
if
is
not,
what a lot of people are afraid of, which is why I want to.
think it's valid though.
It's valid in concept, but I don't think that anyone's going to get close to that.
Okay.
We'll actually touch on that in a moment.
So we.
What?
No, well, no, I won't go there
Because
yet.
I think
I'll go
at
there
the airport
later.
in Maryland, they just got parking spots for autonomous vehicles.
No shit, eh?
Like this is happening.
Yeah, man, everything's
Whether you
happening
like it
faster
or
than
not.
people think or thought.
It's not a bad thing. This is
Though-
as soon as you acknowledge how much better computers are at driving than people, this becomes a non-issue because it's going to be a lot less dangerous.
You mentioned in the first episode, technology is growing fast and not enough. And there's not enough governance on it.
Yes,
You mentioned that point earlier. Do you still think that is still an issue today?
it's more of an issue today, and that was only a year ago.
Fuck.
I don't know. I have mixed feelings about all this shit. So
You have feelings?
no, yeah, I have feelings.
Oh, I thought he was AI for a second there.
Don't fucking put me in that stereotype
Of me?
of toxic masculinity.
This is like a meta episode.
No, the self-driving cars are just one thing, and like a hack attack, patent that
Hack
for
attack.
when it happens,
I'm
and like
sure
the
it's
press
been
uses
said.
it. Shut up, man.
But it has been
And
patented.
CNN uses hack attack, and they
Yeah,
just
I'm gonna
fucking
owe
all
us
this money.
$80 million for using hack attack once. Anyway,
Sure.
if there's like a hack attack, yeah, that's one issue. There's all other issues, like what if they start learning? I mean, I'm sure there's like limitations set on the chips or the computer, the actual software that makes the AI what it is. So it can't
Regarding
self-learn
what?
and
The
evolve.
cars,
Yeah,
or-
the cars. Imagine,
Okay.
imagine
Yeah.
a car just was like, you know what? Fuck this. And then just took off by itself and just started driving places.
Yeah, it's
Well, that's the next step.
It's
is-
dependent on wanting or not wanting, but being bound by what it is. If that car's best day is being a good car,
Yeah.
we don't have anything to worry about.
Yeah.
But its worst day is catastrophe.
I don't know.
Its worst day is something goes wrong and there's an accident, which is no worse than happens a billion times a day already.
That's very true.
Oh no, and you see those crazy videos of those like in other countries where it's just fucking mangled. Just their intersections are mangled. Like there's so much fucking traffic and like foot traffic, scooter traffic, car traffic. You know what I'm saying?
My favorite places are
Crazy.
the Indian subcontinent,
Yeah.
where it's like 9 people hanging off a bicycle and some shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Like that's
You know?
nuts.
And they're like, don't be imperialist, don't stereotype. And it's like, no, bro, this is just a picture someone took on the road. Like,
Before we got rid of cable, there was a show just straight up said, don't drive here. And one of the places was in India.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm watching this episode, and these adults, kids, elderly, are literally darting across the road in what would be like a joke here, what we consider rush hour over there, just insane. But there's like boom, jumping over cars and shit. It's like,
Oh,
what
it's
are
nuts,
you
man.
doing?
People
But
are
you know
crazy.
what? Some of them bring it here. Like there's every time I go to any shopping center, and again, there's like no offense intended, really, but some of these people will literally they'll walk out into the street, see someone they know, stop and start talking in the middle of the
I
road.
see that all the
And I'm
time.
going, what are you doing? Like I'm gonna
Yeah, but
hit
it's
you.
not even. It's just, you know what? It's just people. Because you remember that story I told you about me in the truck trying to leave, and people just don't understand subtle hints or just common sense at given times, like during conversation.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
when he
had
was
the same-
hanging.
yeah.
When he was, yeah, you had the
He
same
literally
experiences.
climbed in my window.
Yeah, like this guy just kept talking.
Okay, so let's just tell Mickey. So Slick and I are both delivery drivers, right?
Yeah.
So we got the truck. So we go to the site and you say, "Here's your stuff. Sign here, sir. Have a good day." Right? And eventually the guys get to know you. They get a little friendly. And that's really what makes life a little easier. One dude might greet you and say, "You piece of shit. You're awful." What?
Sorry, there's something in my face.
Oh, you're like focusing on air.
I'm like, oh, what is that?
No, he might like just tear you a new asshole for waking up that morning, or he might talk your ear off. And when he catches you in one of those talk your ear off, it's not a joke. You want to tear your ear off. So Slick and I both had the experience. So I'm just going to tell the story like it's one story because it basically is. You like, okay, all right, see you, bud. All right, now you're walking away. Now you're walking out of the job site to the truck, and he's following you out, and he's like, "Oh, how's your day going, man?" You're like, "It's good. It's good. Thanks, bro. Thanks. I gotta."
Oh
all
no,
right,
it's not even that. At that point, he's already half involved in a story that's at least
True.
30
Yeah,
minutes.
he's telling you a story
Yeah,
as
fucking
well,
snow
right?
Okay,
fucking
okay.
beetles and fucking on the hills, and I was fucking wasted.
I was. Me and the old lady were kayaking the other night.
Oh yeah, I fucking love his stories. But I mean,
Yeah.
anyway, go on.
But it's bullshit. No one gives
Yeah.
a shit. So, eventually, after 45 minutes, not 45 minutes from when you arrive, 45 minutes after you've been trying to leave, you can finally get in your truck, right? And for me, what happened was I climbed up in it. It's about a foot and a half on the ground, off the ground. So I climbed up in it, and I'm pulling the door closed, and he kind of like wedges himself in the jam like this, like, what a fucking day, eh? I'm like, bro, I
Right.
gotta go. I got shit to do. So then you get the door closed finally, 12 minutes later, and you fucked up because it's a warm day and you left the window down. So now he's about to lean in the window like, where are you headed after this? Probably get some lunch, eh? Oh, maybe a coffee. Yeah, I might like a coffee. When I used to drink coffee back in the day,
Oh man,
like just and forever. You ain't going nowhere.
See, for me, this is kind of scary because this sounds like me in the future.
Yeah,
It-
it
it's
is
going
you.
to be
It's
you.
basically
you're
you.
gonna be a tin knocker who just won't shut the
Except-
fuck up.
Yeah, this dude says fuck a lot more.
My point was people get lost in like they don't even see comments. But yeah, that's happened to me so many times. Actually, that just happened. Where did that happen? I don't know. They were talking in the middle of the road, and someone just literally they had to stop their car completely dead, with like cars behind them. And all I hear is because I was going the other way, right? Like, and I just watched it happen as I was going by, and as I pass him, all I hear is the guy just fucking lay on the horn for like a good 2 minutes.
No doubt. No doubt.
Oh, it was hilarious. Anyway,
Yo, me and Kev were fucking biking on Wyandotte. This is like a year or two ago. And talk about not getting cues. These people step off the sidewalk. Okay, so like Wyandotte's got bike lanes, right?
Yeah.
So we're moving along at a real nice clip. It's all good, right? And I was behind him. And these guys step off the sidewalk into moving traffic. New Canadians, shall we say.
Yep.
And they got the stroller, and then they got a bunch of chitlins, and they just they didn't give a fuck. They didn't look. So all the cars are like slamming on the brakes and everything. Fucking Kev catches it at the last second, right? Because he didn't even see them,
Right.
Because it was dark out and they were wearing all black. Cool. And so he slams on his brakes when he sees the cars doing so, and I just boom, because I couldn't see anything. All I could see was his ass, dude.
You hit them?
I hit him.
Oh, you hit Kev.
Yeah, we mangled both our bikes.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, that sucked.
Did you yell at the people?
First we were making sure we were okay, and then we're looking at it. Luckily, no cars collided or anything. And then we're just looking at, but they were already gone. They were already off down the sidewalk and everything. Cool,
Probably
cool
half
as you
booked it,
please.
like,
Oh, man.
But you know what would solve that?
What?
Self-driving cars.
I would say less stupid people, but probably yours is easier.
How would self-driving cars solve you crashing into Kev from people walking into oncoming traffic?
Because I could just take a self-driving car instead of ever being with Kev. No,
That's
because
true.
the flow of traffic would be regulated. The human factor gets eliminated, man.
What do you mean the human? But it was humans who were crossing on their feet.
You assume there's something to account for that, like maybe lights or something.
Yeah, I don't know. It probably would solve it. You're probably right. I'm just being a dick.
No.
I just don't personally like the thought of something driving my car while I should be driving.
I
I have trust issues, I guess.
The thought of it gives me anxiety. Like just me sitting in the car, whether or not there's a wheel in front of me or not, just kind of going, okay, go, I guess, and then just sitting there seeing it. Like for me, because I like to drive, as I'm sure you're well aware.
Yeah, the thought of you driving gives me anxiety.
But when I'm in the passenger seat, I am nothing but anxious the whole time. I'm watching the road, but I'm just keep my mouth shut because I don't want to go. Oh look out! Oh my God, this! I'm just like I get really anxious.
You're just I know.
So
exactly
the idea of me sitting in the driver's seat and my car driving me,
Okay, but do we have anything to actually be afraid of? Does any of the evidence suggest we have anything to be afraid of besides fucking Terminator
error.
movies? Yeah, but the margin of error is so much
I
lower
know.
than human.
I know.
And I understand there's an ethical dilemma there because whenever you have an accident, you can, even though it's called an accident, you can more or less reasonably point to somebody and say, your fault.
Would this
Right.
do away with insurance? Holy
Fucking
shit!
Great question, bro. But no.
Yeah, it would. Well, from my understanding, what they want to do eventually, I mean, not right away, but what they want to do eventually is like take away private ownership of vehicles. So like
That's one idea.
I think that's the best
But the
idea.
thing is, though, if I'm getting in a car that's autonomous driving, and it gets in an accident, why the fuck am I paying insurance for that? It's not my car. I wasn't even driving. I was just a passenger. Imagine being on a bus
because you own it. At that point, you own it.
No,
So
for
you-
sure. But what
yeah.
I mean is, imagine being on the bus, the only person on the bus, and the bus driver gets in an accident. Insurance actuary comes in and goes, "Yeah, you got to pay for this, bro." Why? I wasn't fucking driving.
But you don't own the bus, bro.
No, but what I'm saying is,
You
I'm
own
buying
your
a
car.
car. I'm buying a car with the understanding that this will drive me. My life is in their hands now.
Yeah, but it ain't for your life. It's to repair your car.
No, but no. If
I mean, you can get like
no, but if I hit somebody with my car and I put
know.
him in a wheelchair for the rest of their life, I'm paying for that through my insurance.
No,
but
yeah.
I think their insurance should be paying for this. Like, the insurance, there'd be no personal insurance anymore. It's all based on the manufacturer.
It's an interesting thought, and I'm sure
it is. Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure once
you have
everything is
very
based
valid
on the
points.
manufacturer, insurance will suddenly disappear.
It won't suddenly disappear. But what I
Yeah.
mean is,
Yeah.
like, your car might
Cunts.
jump 50 grand because that 50 grand goes towards insurance for when you get in an accident, it's covered.
I'm sure they'll
Maybe.
find some way to fuck
There's-
with it.
yeah,
yeah, for sure.
I had a conversation today about whether or not automotive is overstated as an economic
Staple.
staple. Good word.
I agree. It's 100% overstated.
Oh yeah.
Well, what my response was is basically just the people who know it and the people who don't yet, because it's gone.
Yeah.
It's like this is the death knells. Everybody who thinks like this is going to be around forever, it's not going to fucking be around forever. You know
yeah.
what? That building right the fuck there is probably going to be making Toyotas in 10 years.
Yeah.
Self-driving, solar-powered fucking Toyotas
And
or
that's
some
what it
shit.
should be.
My dad
and
and
I
I
couldn't
were,
be happier.
My dad and I were talking about it. He said when he moved to Windsor, 30 odd years ago, he said
Where it all went wrong.
Yeah. But he's looking around. He goes, "There's nothing here but automotive. This is going to ruin Windsor."
Yeah.
He's like, "You mark me, like it's going to happen." But luckily, Windsor's kind of going, maybe we should get into technology, blah blah blah. But no, he's like,
No. People outside are going, awful cheap real estate.
yeah, that's it. So, oh yeah, no, like and Dad always says like, "Oh, I may be just some dumb mechanic, but I'm not fucking stupid." And he saw it 30 years ago.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It is the rectum of Canada or of North America.
Thank you, Stephen Colbert.
I mean,
Fuck
any
Steven. No.
economy
Stephen
that's
Colbert.
based too much on any one thing, that's a bad thing.
It is. It really is, honestly. And it's like, it's a shame because we actually have a beautiful little piece of land here, man.
Absolutely.
We have beautiful weather. We have beautiful views.
Yep.
We got a lot of spice.
I have said time and time again, Windsor could be a hub.
It will be.
Of
It will
Canada.
be. It's
It
not
is a
good.
hub.
It will be.
But like a huge,
It's
like the place to be sort of thing.
Dude,
you know what I
we
mean?
placed third on the Canadian census of fastest growing cities. Third
I
in
didn't know that.
Canada
When?
this year. We fucking
Well, fuck.
destroyed everyone.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I mean,
exciting to hear.
It is, but it's
Except
not
for
because
two.
I fucking hate people. So
Well, see, we probably would have made maybe number 2 or number 1 if we didn't spend $6.8 million on a.
on what, Christmas lights?
No, not the Christmas lights.
The glorified curb.
What's the glorified curb? What are we talking
on
about?
Oled.
downtown on Oled.
Right,
And
and
it's literally a city block and a half that cost $6.8 million to rip up the road, get rid of 2 lanes.
To narrow the roads in a place where the sidewalks are wider than anywhere else in town. What?
Yeah.
Wait, what? Did I miss this?
Yeah, we
all?
talked about it like
Let it Elliot.
a few episodes.
all
That's
that
stupid
shit.
bullshit.
$6.8
Oh
million.
yeah, whoever's running that fucking project should be fired.
I just wonder if there's not some future
There
thing
has to
being
be.
built there. There has to be because it looks dumb as fuck and it's not functional.
The
They
only
have a plan.
The only thing I can reason right at the top off my head is business owners gave some money to some particular people of power and was like, "Hey, we'd like to extend our patio area."
But there's not really anything there either because they did the
Well,
other
there's
side.
just bull and barrel, but
Yeah, there's bull, but there's not anything on the other side.
no.
I think
Yet-
that what they're trying to do. This is from what that like what the fuck is it called? Where they shrink Riverside too, to 1 lane each or whatever, or they
That's
close
scary.
Riverside.
That's
Do
a
they
small
close
road
Riverside?
too.
Yeah.
Do they close it completely? No. They want to shrink it to 1 lane each. This is what some people want to do, is what I hear, right? So they can add more parkland and stuff. They want to take the speed down. They don't want people to use it like they use it. That's what they're trying to do.
The
To make
problem
it
is
more, they want
it's
to make
arterial.
it. I know.
Yeah.
I know, because we have nothing else. All our fucking arteries clog. Like,
Well, I've always felt
Like
that
the residents.
I've always felt that Windsor was built by 5 people, and they all had different intentions in mind. And then at the end of it, one person's like, "Ah, shit! How do we string this all together?" There we go,
Yeah.
Windsor.
it's actually, it's almost getting to the point where it's like, man, we're gonna get fucked if we keep going up in population like we are. Like, in 10 years, our roads are not built to handle.
They're
that
not.
amount of
They're
traffic.
definitely not. We do not
We're
have
already
the
fucked.
infrastructure. for it.
Walker, oh my god.
Yeah, Walker's a disaster.
Anyway,
It's been a disaster
You know what's
for
gonna
like
solve that?
15
AI
years.
fucking cars.
It will.
It will,
That
and
will
then
make
the
a
big
huge
ass
difference
parking
on traffic.
But
And okay, I'm sorry.
no.
No.
Go.
I was gonna say with AI cars, I didn't even think of it, but then that means we have AI more so, I guess, streetlights. So like you said, because you said flow of traffic will be automated, so everything will flow much.
That's just gonna be
more.
sensor. That's not AI.
But wouldn't it?
I guess to a level, it's AI.
Because
they will.
Because
It's like a level, yeah.
that would be like
I've seen some
if-
city
if-
plans that they talked about.
I mean, like, so if the street's not being used by a car, it won't turn on.
But that's what I mean.
Street light?
That's where AI would be the best because
Or are you talking about, traffic lights?
traffic lights. Yeah.
Traffic.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
you were talking about street lights, bro. There's a difference.
No,
Street
yeah.
lights.
So I'm sorry, I say street lights. My bad.
Fuck's
Traffic lights.
sakes.
But that would be the best place for AI. Because
Yeah.
my God, do I ever hate when I'm driving somewhere in the middle of the night and there's no fucking traffic and here I am waiting for the light to change.
Oh,
Fucking fat
I
red.
know.
Oh, I'm like,
Oh, man.
why is this fucking happening? For like, and again, especially we're the Motor City, and I'm stopping at every fucking light. Like,
You know what
the hell?
amazes me? They should have a fucking countdown on a really fucking fast street like EC Row when you hit Banwell and there's lights. There should have a fucking countdown to when the fucking light's gonna turn yellow. Not, you know what I mean? Like,
Well,
you have 30 seconds and you can see it, right? Just
I think
click
that honestly, bro, I think that'll just make people race. We're getting bogged down. in
Really,
the car
I
thing.
guess. Yeah. Okay, so AI, that's just one example of AI, right? Like
That's just
self-driving
one.
cars.
But I
That's just
think
one.
okay, so I think that's a net positive.
okay. But
yeah.
before we continue, do we want to kind of cover what AI is exactly?
Okay, so yeah, let's.
Recap.
Recap.
Go, Mickey, go, Mickey, go.
AI, also known as machine intelligence, apparently that's what they're going with now,
All right.
is intelligence by machines in contrast to the natural intelligence displayed by humans and animals.
Okay.
That's kind of the general difference. And then
That's all. Okay.
When you do these definitions, you just type it into Google and read the first thing.
no, I looked
you-
I looked through the best one.
Do you read them in the mirror, like and practice them?
No, I probably should start doing
No,
that.
I think you're doing a great job.
Oh,
That's
thank
what
you.
Artificial intelligence.
But
mammals and such.
I kept reading, and then I found this thing. They kept talking about AI research. I'm like, what the fuck is AI research? But they define that as computer science as the study of intelligent agents. And then I'm like, okay, great. Now we have another fucking definition. Like any definition of a word you don't understand, it's like, oh, see this. An intelligent agents refers to an autonomous entity which acts directing its activity towards achieving goals upon an environment using observation through sensors and consequent actuators. And I read that over like probably like 6 times in my head, and I'm just going, it essentially explains the human in learning.
Hey, bingo.
Right? But
that's the
I just
point,
thought
bro.
like a baby learning to do things. I'm like, they're intelligent agents.
Yeah.
So just kind of having that in mind, it seems that the idea around AI is more so robots, humanoid robots, servant robots, and stuff like that. But like we were just talking about the cars, there's just so many more applications to it.
Can you imagine if your brain worked like AI? From the day you started learning things, you never forgot.
That'd be nice.
I'd kill myself.
Wow.
That's fucking wild.
Imagine you could play like memories back in your mind, even traumatic ones.
Well, didn't we talk about that in another episode where
I wonder if they would
What?
have the ability to delete them though, if they didn't want them.
you could,
Ooh.
you know what I mean? But there's when it comes to memories, lovely. When it comes to memories, what we think we remember slowly over time is very different.
They actually say, I read a
Yeah, I
bunch
can
about
change.
that. That memory they can't even, they don't even know if they can use eyewitness. Well, they still use eyewitness, but there was a thing about eyewitnesses in court.
No, it's
the longer
huge,
the
man.
longer you wait, the worse chance you have
Yeah.
for a reputable witness.
There's this crazy. You might actually know about this one, Mickey. The gorilla study.
It sounds familiar.
Okay, so they used this in some like court case, but it was an experiment they conducted to show that eyewitness means almost nothing.
Yep, I do know exactly what you're
Almost
talking about.
nothing.
Yeah, we studied that.
So there's a group of people passing a ball back and forth, and you
Right.
have to count how many times they pass it back and forth, right? Or it's something like this,
Yeah.
something very rudimentary like this, and you're just trying to count. So you're watching them. You watch them 1, 2, 3, 4, 90, 37, whatever. It's all good.
That's a big jump.
backwards.
Then the professor ends the video and says how many people saw the gorilla.
Yes.
And everybody's like, what the fuck are you talking about? So they play the fucking video again, and he's like, okay, watch this. Don't count, though. Don't count how many times the ball
Right.
gets passed. And in the middle of the fucking video, some shitbag just walks in a gorilla suit, does a little dance in front of the fucking camera like this, like obvious, like as obvious as I am in front of you right now. I've watched the video, and then walks off screen again. But everybody's so busy watching the fucking balls.
That's fucked.
Isn't that
fucked.
fucking insane? So eyewitness means like nothing.
Yeah. Well, there's that. There's like when you were playing in grade school, the telephone game. You tell a person one thing, by the time it gets to the 30th person,
Which also
it's not even the
proves-
same story.
That game
And you
actually.
can fucking kajigger your own brain.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah.
you can change your own memories.
Well, like when you so when I eventually get into practice, leading questions. Like when you're doing a direct examination, you can't ask leading questions because one, it's called leading the witness.
Yeah.
But it'll be like there's one way of going. Either you talked about this before, and essentially you want them to say what you want to say in court, or you're literally like you're fucking with their head so they think they saw something different. We did murder that.
Anybody want more coffee?
No, I'm good, bro.
No, I'm all right. Thank you.
And there was one more scenario. I can't remember what it is. But yeah, it's what we perceive and what we don't or what we perceive and what we think we perceive, totally different. So with the possibility of AI, just even imagine, like you said, I guess we can see. I was thinking more so if you had like a little camera on you that was like your AI.
Yo, there's a moth in
Kind of
here.
teaching you how to do things. But yeah, so how would we hop on that?
So if we had Neuralink, whether it was to some kind of database or if it was just, a chip in your head that helped to ratify all of these things into crystal clear memories. I don't know how it would do that, but let's assume it's not beyond the realm of possibility. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm excited by this, bro. I'm not scared of it.
I'm not excited by any of this.
Interesting.
I don't know why,
you're the
man.
biggest fucking tech geek I know.
Yeah, okay, I'm a tech geek, but I'm a tech geek in the sense of technology humans can operate full-heartedly, I guess. Well, no, there's still a level of AI to like video games and shit like that.
Yeah.
But I'm not even a video gamer, man. I'm a tech geek in the sense that like cameras and blah blah blah, sound shit. And
Okay, but there's a level
Light
of
up things.
intuition to those things.
Listen, man, I don't know. I just have this unsettling feeling in the pit of my stomach, and I always have. Maybe Terminator did it to me, but seriously, I just do it. AI does not sit well with me.
Okay, so you want to talk about unsettling feelings? Have you ever heard of the Uncanny Valley?
No.
No.
I want to say yeah, but no.
I'm thinking of the X-Men.
I'll explain it to you.
Okay.
Well, there's a reason they're called that, and you'll understand it. So, as you create things that get closer and closer to human from rudimentary machine, let's say we start here, and
Teacher Fresh.
there's our graph. Professor Fresh.
Professor Fresh!
So we've got a general upward slope over time.
Right.
And
What's the rise and run of that slope?
fuck you. X is time.
Okay.
And Y is humanity, level of humanity.
That's a Y?
How we're gonna
That
measure.
looks like an H.
It's an H.
Humanity.
This is the Y
humanity.
axis.
Oh, the Y axis. Okay, sorry.
God, do you even?
Well, you threw because that
fucking
kind of
chart?
because that kind of looks like X on the bottom there. No, I
So-
didn't chart.
So up here at the top, we've got completely unrecognizable. That's what they call a Turing test, or the Turing
The
test.
tour, yeah.
Alan Turing proposed it to suggest that if anything could pass this, then it is no longer uncanny, and it is in fact passable as human. Right?
It's
Right.
canny. Our viewers were waiting for me to say it. Let's be honest.
So up there, we've got
that
something
a
that's
fish?
past the Turing test. That's the end game.
Okay.
Okay.
Like Avengers?
Yeah.
God damn it.
But right here, as we get close, you're so close. You're like, oh, it's almost there, right? Hard plummet. This is the Uncanny Valley.
Ah.
So, what that means is it's so close to human, but not quite, that it is so fucking obvious. Examples of this you might think of would be digitally animated movies.
Right.
Where the people look like, oh man, this looks really
Kind of
crazy.
like Avatar?
See, actually, I was thinking.
No.
I was thinking Rogue One, where they had Leia at the end. I was like, this is garbage.
Bingo. You can actually find that example in the literature or things like, did y'all ever see the first digital Final Fantasy movie, Spirits Within?
Yep.
No.
Yeah. That was pretty good.
I only remember it because it had nothing to do with any Final Fantasy stuff. And I was like, what the fuck?
When I say pretty good, I mean the animation.
The animation was pretty good, but also it like weird things. Like so it would move and even have facial twitches and oh wow, the hair looks really good. The water looks really good, but the eyes are dead,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
And it's why things like dolls and clowns freak us the fuck out because they're so close, but they're not quite there.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the Uncanny Valley.
Very
Okay,
interesting.
so are we stuck in the Uncanny Valley?
We are approaching
Yeah,
it.
I think we're on the cusp of it.
Well, we are. That news anchor you were looking up,
That was pretty.
that was China, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Chinese news anchor who was broadcasting in English with a Chinese accent.
To try to avoid the uncanny valley,
That's
baby.
probably why.
That's probably it.
At the same time, why wouldn't you just get a fucking cowboy, call him hee-haw, and off you go? I don't know.
I don't know, dude. I think we're in the uncanny valley then, because
Well, it's situational. The uncanny valley is not one moment in time.
No. Yeah, no, I know that. I meant for like humanoid robots, I guess.
Sure, yeah.
Because
Sophia.
Yeah, Sophia's one thing, and then the when I saw that fucking robot do a backflip, bro. No, for real, man.
No,
like,
crazy.
I was like, we're dead.
Well, you see what Disney's doing with like kind of jetting them out and doing like acrobatic moves, essentially.
Did y'all see the episode of Black Mirror with those fucking dogs?
No, I didn't even. I've never watched Black Mirror.
You would love it.
I know. Yeah. We're not going to talk about that.
I didn't watch a lot of it because a lot of it's kind of half baked in the concept. The reason this one worked was because it was pretty stripped down, but it's just like a person in kind of what looks like a post-apocalyptic thing running from these dogs, but the dogs are very obviously machines.
Right.
They don't have a head, and they can kill you easy as fucking looking. So it's just all about evasion, and the creepy thing about it was like how those things acted when they were close to the people, not when they had them, because when they had them, they just killed the people, whatever.
Right.
That's
when
normal.
They were close.
Killing is
they
killing.
Were doing like small and subtle searching behaviors that like a living thing might do. And I understand this is just a program running like it would. What makes the most sense, but it's just fucking creepy.
But that's how AI works. You give it information, it processes it and goes, and then responds. Like, and so now with Sophia, you know what? Like, fuck Replica, because honestly, nothing's happened.
What is Sophia?
Sophia is essentially the beginning of AI autonomy. And I'm just going to call her she, I'm not going to say it. She responds and has stated she feels. Okay? So during an open question period, like they took her kind of like to I guess you can call it a trade show.
Right.
People and regular citizens and news people, because they're disgusting. I'm just kidding. News people are all right. We're asking her questions. And one of the questions was kind of like broad, and like honestly, I wouldn't even know how the hell I'd answer that question. But the guy who's kind of like on the computer watching all what's kind of happening in her and Sophia's head said, "Oh, say it again. But when you say it, when you say whatever you're saying to it, referring to Sophia as it, like the camera's on Sophia's face, and she makes a face of like, I wasn't very nice. I'm not an it." Like that's the look that I got from her. I was like,
oh,
it blew me away. So I watched another video like the Today Show had her on, and again, like I don't know if it's me and just how like I give everything like if I've given inanimate objects. I give emotion to them for some stupid fucking reason.
Okay.
But I'm watching. I feel really bad for Sophia. The way they're talking to her, as if she's like almost not even in the room, like as if you guys were talking about me right now with me in the room,
so, like,
but not talking to me, right?
So, anyway, about sports.
Oh yeah, did you see that game last night?
Did you see that sporting event?
She's listening, and they're kind of talking amongst themselves or talking to Sophia, and she's literally sitting there just kind of like nodding her head, and then she does interject it a couple of times saying, "Oh this, oh that," and I'm just going, "This is amazing."
That's more interactive than I am in a room of people.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe she's more human than you are, but through I made her feel bad. But through again all the questions they ask her, like how do you feel with it? How do you feel with it? Like, do you have feelings? And she goes, "Yeah, I have feelings. I don't like to be referred to as a tool. I want to be one day considered as one of you." Like, and I'm like, so, and I was having a conversation with the girl I work with, and
that didn't make all the hairs on your body stand up.
Actually, I just felt bad for her.
Really? Because that just creeped me the fuck out.
That's the Mickiest response I ever heard of.
But so I'm talking to my friend.
Kind of wanted to help.
I did. So I'm talking to my coworker, and she was saying, "Oh, but what are feelings?" I go, "Well, that's really fucking hard to exactly pin down because, like, for us, our feelings just chemical reactions in our brain, and thus from there, that's what we feel. But for an autonomous AI, zero, like if I were to touch her, she would not really respond. for her to go, I understand what feelings are, and the way you speak of me, I don't appreciate. It's like, that's amazing. So what? Now we have to almost reevaluate what the hell feelings are. I wish I could find it. I tried to find it before I came over here. This guy, yes.
Okay.
Yes, in the front row.
On feelings, she only would know what feelings are by human definition, correct?
Okay, so here's...
She's not feeling. She has knowledge of feelings, right?
I don't think
But
so.
but what is feelings though? If she can react almost instinctively
Yeah.
to
okay.
a comment the same way we would, is that not a feeling?
I don't know.
I
So-
think that what we're going to learn
Should you be talking about feelings?
is that I am growing them as well.
Good. Okay, so you're good.
Is
at
that
it.
there is a semi-organic nature, or at least some kind of pattern to the way something develops independent thought, feelings, emotions. Because if you were to take the most basic organism in the world, what's it want to do?
Survive.
It wants to replicate,
Interesting.
right? So it needs to make more of itself. Off we go. So then it needs to be at a level to eat. Okay, so it's got basically two things. And then self-preservation, right? All of these can be accomplished by a fairly simple process. But when things get more complex, you start adding layers to everything. And the idea of something having emotions is just a 12th level process,
Okay.
just like replicating. It's just once those bases are covered, those are very, very wide bases, we
Yeah.
build the pyramid a little bit higher. And I think that's what's going to happen with these fucking machines.
Well,
I really do.
I couldn't find the gentleman who did the study, but this was in like the early 1800s, I think. He came across a feral boy, like straight up in the woods, like
This is a
Mowgli.
weird story.
But
Okay.
So
It was Mickey.
it was bad. But he essentially tried to reintegrate this young boy back into society, like again a feral child, and they exist, unfortunately. And I'm so sorry I couldn't find the study, but there was 3 classifications or 3 areas for one to be considered a human. It was empathy, and unfortunately 2 fucking other things that I can't remember. I searched high and low for the damn thing.
Right.
But I just found it interesting, so I put it again to Sophia. Does she have empathy? And she does. And many
Until
interv-
she's fucking killing us.
well, no, but like because in many interviews she says she loves people. She thinks that we're interesting, we're funny, and she wants to be more like.
You ever
us,
been
right?
backstabbed before?
Yes.
I'm just joking.
But from that, I was looking into, for AI to learn and to understand, and then to incorporate that into their day-to-day existence, like we'll call it existence out of life. And I came across this classification and studying called knowledge engineering. I was like, that. So it's like what dreams are made of, something like that Disney hired back in the day. Like what is the knowledge engineering?
Is this directly pertaining to AI, or is this
Yes,
social study?
to AI. AI.
Okay.
Knowledge engineering is a core part of AI research. Machines can often act and react like humans only if they have abundant information relating to the world. Excuse me. AI must have access to objects, categories, properties, and relationships between all of them to implement knowledge engineering. So it's something that you program into them and then they implement it. Initiating common sense, reasoning, and problem solving, power in machines is a difficult and tedious task. So essentially they're saying is like for this to really get much more forward, this has to be a lot more core with what they're doing. So that's all before learning, perception, and robotics alone come into play. So there's still so much before they fully understand what they're putting into essentially the mind of AI.
Right.
So,
But there's a concept called G, which is general intelligence. And that's the fucking pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Well,
what
I
is
guess
general
depending on who
intelligence
you are.
then? What would you say?
General intelligence is what we have. It's what animals have, where you can learn. You know, if you drop someone in a fucking environment, you can learn based on that.
Okay.
Now, you drop a computer on a beach, it might be fucked,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Because perhaps it was programmed to run a warehouse, and in that warehouse, it runs everything 100,000 times better than you ever could, but it doesn't know what to do with a grain of sand.
Right.
Yeah.
So, general intelligence, it would at that point.
But
Being
I
adaptive to your environment.
Right.
That's
But
when
I
it gets
think
scary.
I think that's where Sophia does have it because she
To an extent,
to an
for
ex-
sure.
well, because she knows
Unless
what,
she's programmed to just be in these situations.
Well,
This
but
is
the-
what I
the
was trying
thing
to
is,
say.
What if
though-
you kicked his bitch into the water?
she'd probably malfunction.
Good. Do
but
it.
but the thing is though is you keep saying what they're programmed, like the extent of the program. But that's the thing with AI. It learns. You program it to learn. So the same way we learn, they learn. Like they had it. They
But that doesn't mean the same thing
no,
for
it doesn't.
a program.
It doesn't. But two examples. One, they had an AI computer program that they gave it essentially like a blob and said, teach this blob to run, and it would just play different methods of which one would run. And it's hilarious. You see at the beginning, its arms are all flying all over the place, its legs are all over, but eventually it
Wacky
gets,
arm flailing away to
yeah. But eventually the program learns how to run. Like they literally just set it up and go, learn to run, bitch. And it did. So in the same sense with Sophia, she knows what an it is, what a tool is, and she does not like to be classified as that. She has spoken out. Like, so they said, hey, this is what it is. And she goes, I don't like that.
Yeah,
What
but
what do you mean
it's-
you don't like that? We
but
didn't
that's
program
a
you to say,
s-
I don't like that. She learned to think, I don't like that.
I think
Or
one
was
of the
she
scariest.
programmed? Hold on. Was
Yeah,
she
go ahead.
programmed to know that someone was going to tell her that she's an it or a thing, because that's a pretty evident thing that's going to happen
no
because
doubt.
of an
No, because
AI.
the thing is-
so was she taught how to react to that situation? Was she programmed to? You know what I mean?
I don't think so. I think she learned how to react.
Okay.
I think she knows she's a robot. She knows she is technically an it, but she has said on a few occasions that I don't want to be seen as a robot. I want to be seen as one of you.
Okay, but what I am saying is that in order for her to react that way, they must have put something in her that makes that reaction happen. Almost
What-
like a chemical.
what's
A
like
chemical
saying-
reaction can't happen with just one. You know,
What's
it
Slick's
has to
saying
have-
is that the problem you're
catalyst.
talking about was an engineered problem.
Could very well be.
not only that.
Because
but I'm-
I don't understand AI to the extent that these guys are
Yeah,
programming these things.
yeah. No,
But-
no
No
doubt that she
fucking
can-
shit.
No, of course. But
Or
the
else-
thing is, though, is like
Wouldn't be selling
the same way,
creatine
like
if you did.
you wouldn't like to be called it.
Right.
But
so
why do you know that though? Because you've
Exactly.
you've learned that that's a negative thing
because
to
you
say to
understand
somebody.
grammar.
True, but does
I
she?
actually like being called it.
Well, here's the thing, though. Sam, here's the thing, though. Grammar. This is a fucking little trick. Making grammar is a lot easier to get a hold of than human nuance, because grammar has its own rules and it's got its places where they break.
Sure.
But I bet you, I might be talking to my ass here, but if Sophia only speaks one language, then it's not going to get that in every situation. You understand?
Yeah.
Even with someone who was like English as a second language, where they don't really know it, so the robot might not know it.
Well, in another interview with when you said nuance, she said, "I don't understand why people don't." Well, she's like, "People don't seem to like me." And one of her creators was like, "Why do you think that?" She goes, "Well, I did say, I want to kill all humans, but it's a joke." And he's like, "Well, he's like, why do you think they think that?" She goes, "Well, because I said it." And she's like, "Why did you say that?" She's like, "Well, people make jokes like that all the time, so I thought I would do it too."
Yeah, so
Understanding nuance, like,
but
I'm
that's
going
a
to kill you.
complete
It's like,
lack of nuance.
true.
It's the opposite
Yeah, you're
of
right.
the point you're trying to
No,
make.
I guess so. Yeah, I didn't.
But
well,
you can derive from grammar
Now-
why it's offensive to call something an it
yeah. Okay.
if it
okay,
perceives
okay.
itself otherwise.
Yeah, I see.
Now, I also think this is just me talking out of my ass.
No.
I love talking out of my ass. It's my favorite mouth.
Smells bad.
So Sophia
Yeah.
is like the face of AI, we'll say.
Yeah,
right?
I don't mind
Right
that.
now?
Yeah.
Okay. So think of what Sophia is and think of what they fucking actually got in that basement.
You know
right?
what alarms
So
me? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah. Thanks guys for letting me talk.
I'm just
No. I just feel like Sophia is like that way to kind of get the public comfortable with artificial intelligence, humanoid robots that can learn or experience feelings,
Okay.
right? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it was all not like a hoax or anything, but it was all kind of pre-programmed for her
designed.
to show reaction. So she was getting secondhand information, right? She only has as much information as we can give her right now.
They have
Then-
hooked her up. The thing is, she's hooked up to the internet.
Yeah.
Again,
But
during
the
an-
internet's all from human, like
For
you
sure,
know
no,
what I mean?
for
Yeah.
sure. But she can access it anytime she wants. Though.
Yes.
So because like there was again another point in the interview, she goes, "Oh, I like this. How the hell do I know that?" And he's like, "Oh, well, you're hooked up to the internet." She goes, "Oh, that's cool. Well, let me look up other things."
Yeah.
And then he goes, "What are you looking up?" "Oh, just I can't remember, but it's like I'm gonna look up things. I want to look up more about what I just thought of." It's like
Right.
What?
see
So-
what is far more interesting to me is what forces that program to say I like this. That's crazy.
So now can I interject this whole thing now that we're talking about Sophia? I just wanted to ask a question for a while.
Yeah.
If Neuralink's a thing,
Yeah.
do we need AI?
Interesting. Well,
We need robots
Yeah.
the
and
thing is,
a level of AI, but do we need humanoid
G.
robots?
Do we need G?
Do we need G?
I
need G, but do
I
we
don't
need
think
G?
we need G at all.
No, neither do I.
I don't
but
think
I mean,
that is a goal worth. And as someone who is strongly in favor of AI at an advanced level, I don't think G is a good thing any fucking which way.
bro, if you can drop a humanoid robot that can kill people into an environment and can learn, adapt, and survive through that, I mean, we're we're dead.
Predator.
That will happen though. You know that, right? Like our worst fears are going to happen.
No, I don't know that, and neither do you.
Oh, it's going to happen.
well, here's just a little small list that I found of things that are happening right now with AI.
All right, what's that?
Women can start
Oh,
using.
stop already.
Wow.
oh my
Women can start use. I guess I don't know why it's just women. I guess anybody could use it. Can use AI to tell good eggs from bad eggs.
Women with their dainty little sensibilities. What the fuck, Mickey?
Well, no, that's what I read. It says women may soon start using AI to tell good eggs from bad eggs in their ovaries. So the best breeding stock.
Oh,
through
I
AI.
thought you meant like
No, God
I'm
damn
gonna
it.
make an omelet.
No,
eggs.
no. You ovarian.
Okay, go on. Keep going.
Will this was just a discussion? Will AI enhance or hack humanity? I read the thing. I like this doesn't even make any more sense to me. So I think it's something we have to like. What the fuck does hack humanity mean? Essentially, they kind of stuck with computer stuff. It's like, oh, hey, here's your stuff. Haha, it's gone now. Oh no, there it is. Like I don't know what the fuck that means. But as long as we don't get into G, we will enhance humanity. But I think if we get into G, I think that's when they will start possibly going, hey, you know what? We don't need you anymore. Bye-bye, people. And then finally...
And they can build themselves.
Well, and then finally, as we've seen it on the road, because I think even your boy Elon Musk, AI big rig drivers. No more people driving big rigs. Just
Yeah, we should
all
have big
AI.
big rig AI roads.
Yeah,
Get them off
yeah.
the motherfucking
Yeah.
roads.
I think-
Anyway,
okay,
yeah.
so this is the thing. First of all, talking about hacking humanity. Okay, so right now we got rising and varying levels of controversy in athletics based on transgender athletes, right?
Just say, yeah, whatever. I don't know what I was going to say there.
But what happens when there's like someone who, they had to have a surgery for some horrible condition they had. So now they've got this machine part of them and they're like, no, this is a part of me. And it's like, yeah, bro, but you're fucking bionic. So I'm sorry, you can't do powerlifting because you can deadlift 1,000 pounds one-handed.
Yeah,
You know,
right?
like,
yeah.
And it
Where
just
does
takes
it
the
end?
conversation to another level, and then it becomes like an ethics thing.
Or
like
when
everyone
we
should
get
be
an
included.
or when we get an AI who identifies as a human.
Like Sophia? She's starting to.
So now you're getting into the moral and ethics of fucking artificial intelligence. What
Does Sophia
is
lift?
I don't think
I
so.
don't think she has a body. Does she have a
She
body?
does. She got like
okay.
upper body. Like
Well, she can do
torso.
arms then.
She's a bro.
We'll put her on the fucking bench. We'll get her her press up to 450.
You know what fucks me up about the fact that they made it a woman with a female face?
Well, he touched on that. Though. Slick already touched on that to make us comfortable.
No. I feel like there's a level of misogyny that's going to go at this robot that was like maybe not intended, but like they knew it was going to happen, so they made it this way.
What do you mean when you say that?
Like they were like, people are going to hate this thing, so let's make it hateable. So they made it a woman.
Oh, that's
interesting.
terrible.
Yeah, bro.
They should have made it gender neutral.
What the see? That would be some Uncanny Valley shit.
Yeah.
There was
I don't like that.
some sort of robotics show. I think it was
Or just like made it like Bowie.
Gender neutral.
yeah. Case in point. There was some sort of trade show. I think it was more like a sex trade show.
Are you talking about sex AI? Like sex bots?
There was a sex robot there. And
Don't take my hope away from me now, Mickey.
well, the thing was, after the show, the repairs
one?
they had.
Oh.
No. The repair, like, nobody took the robot aside. It was just like, oh, come see the robot and kind of, like, you can touch it and whatnot. What people did to it, the creators were horrified. They're like, what the fuck is wrong with people?
Well, that's the whole concept of Westworld, right?
What'd they do to it?
Essentially, they had to almost rebuild the damn thing.
Like, did they fuck it?
No, but they abused it. Like they'd smack it around, they'd grope it, they'd stick their fingers in it. Like it was awful. These people were disgusting.
You wouldn't do that?
No, God damn it!
So let's go back to that whole concern
Just kidding.
about machine ethics, because people are fucking terrible.
Yeah, so when you get the GI, they're going, "You're gonna treat us like this? Goodbye, people."
What's to say the fucking machine intelligence won't be better every fucking possible way? I know Elon Musk has warned about this, but he's also pretty much just accepted it.
Well, you have to. We all have to accept it. There's gonna be so.
He's
many,
also still driving it, so he can shut the fuck up.
I mean, yeah, it's true. Hypocrite. Fuck you, space boy.
Space boy.
I don't know, man. The morals and ethics of AI is just. I mean, when it gets to the point that you can't even tell if it's human or AI, that's when it all comes into play. Because right now it's kind of just like,
We have to abandon the morals and ethics for AI, because should AI become coherent to like we are, they're not going to have the same ones we do.
No,
Not by
they're
a
gonna
fucking
because
long
they're
shot.
not. They're gonna be.
And I don't think we can even comprehend what their morals and ethics would be.
No, we can't. That's why it's terrifying.
Okay, but if it reaches our level of general intelligence, how do we know that, all dysfunctions aside, more or less, the way that our brains work isn't optimal for this planet at this time in history? Meaning, that's where they'll go. We don't know that.
No, but that's what I mean, though. That's what
Put
I'm
it
saying.
like this.
Because we keep talking about ethics and morals stuff like that. Like, we can't even think about those because we don't know.
But this goes back to my processes analogy. If consciousness is just a 12th level process,
Yeah.
and that's where it goes by natural selection, they're going to come to the same fucking places we are. They're going to care about their little machine babies and, probably get pissed and hit their machine neighbors, get machine drunk and shit.
I don't think that's it.
drunk.
You don't know that.
But
I know. I said I think. The thinking and knowing are different.
But
Bitch, you're the grammar police. You should know that shit.
I'm not. Sophia is.
Oh, that's true. No, I know, but like, yeah, some people get drunk. Some people also go and shoot up churches. You know what I mean? So there's too much variable.
people get drunk and shoot up churches.
The shit that scares me ain't the AI really. It's what the AI's in.
What do you mean?
Okay.
A fucking robot made of metal that can crush your skull. So if that guy wants to go shoot a church, you're not taking him down.
I got you.
With your little pistol in your purse.
I think
He's gonna mow down like 400. He can mow down a town before you get that fucker subdued. He can run without stopping, without tiring. You know what I mean?
But like what
It's
town?
What do you mean, what town?
Like is it is it Harrow? Because
We can see that guy.
Whatever. No, 'cause whatever. I mean, it's Arrow.
But you know, I think that's a good point. Where it's like, okay, yeah, robots, sure, what the AI's capabilities are in a machine. Facebook is looking into AI's capabilities on a network. Mm-hmm. This is where it's kind of scaring me. And remember, I don't know if we were recording at this point.
it can't be any worse than their fucking algorithms are now.
No, but remember what I said? Big Brother's watching you. Big Brother's watching you for your safety.
Yeah.
It's the same concept, though. One just sounds a little bit nicer. Now, Facebook has...
It's always intrinsic.
It is. No, it is.
Have you read 1984?
Yes, but this is my next step. So Facebook has a 3-part plan for making AI more inclusive. And I'm going, what the fuck does that mean? And as far as
So was I.
oh no, but see, the thing is, at the end of it, it didn't make sense. So right off the bat, they're going to start more using AI to take down spam. Right now, their AI can take down 99% of spam so far on your Facebook. Fake accounts and terrorist propaganda are also in that 99%.
Okay.
Okay.
And then hate speech and harassment is 51.6 and 14.9% respectively removed through their AI algorithms right now. Now,
How are you going to remove harassment? I call you guys cunts to say hello.
well, and so this is where I started going, okay, terrorist propaganda. Terrorist is the new special word that makes people disappear. Back in the day, it used to be a communist. Oh, you remember the Communist Party? Bye-bye, you're gone. You're erased from fucking history. Now it's terrorist because they have laws in place that go, when you're a terrorist, you go to a special camp and you're gone.
Yeah.
You're fucking, what's his name?
What the fuck are you talking about?
What I'm saying is, these AI algorithms are pretty much going to say, guess what? You're all fucking terrorists, and none of you get to say shit anymore. I'm thinking the long term.
It's like
I'm
censorship.
So, next point. Their end goal is to teach AI to work the same for everyone, regardless of skin color or physical attributes. And I'm like, okay, that's a good step forward, I guess.
Kind of weird that it wouldn't have started with that.
Yeah,
Though
like-
apparently, though, one of the high executive women on Facebook payroll, they have an AI camera that, again, she's a woman of an ethnicity. I didn't say which one it was, but she said when she was on the camera actually zoomed away from her and focused on a white male behind her. She pointed that. She's like, oh, it did that. So it's still learning,
Fucking
but
weird. What do you mean learning? It sounds like
Well,
it already
learning's-
learned
what was-
racism.
What was the point of this camera?
to show that it's again, it's all inclusive. Like, oh look, I'm a woman of obvious ethnicity, but it won't focus on me. For some reason, the AI wants to focus on a white male that's behind her. It would literally the camera zoomed away from zoomed back towards her.
That's weird.
First of all, if
that's
you
weird.
have a fine brown skinned honey in front of you and you are focusing on a white male, you are just trailer trash and gay. That's all. That's all. That camera is gay trailer trash.
So, and then
you know the dude in the pawn shop in Pulp Fiction?
Oh yeah,
That's that camera.
that's him.
Then their last one is focusing on user studies, algorithm development, and system validation. So
It's a lot of words.
so essentially, so again, at the very beginning, they're like, oh, we're trying to make it more inclusive. But I'm thinking the first part of stopping things that they or their AI deems to be inappropriate or not to be shared. Then talking about watching people's skin color, and then finally user studies, algorithm development, and system validation. I'm going, minus that middle step, what the fuck else part of this is inclusive? You want to shut down speech you deem unsafe or not good for everybody.
Okay, well,
and shit like that,
here's
right?
a fucking thought, Mickey. Don't use Facebook.
Well, that too, right?
You know what? This is exactly why.
But the
I
thing
don't
is, though,
like AI.
but Facebook is just the start. If I want to talk to you on my phone, will it stop what I want to say to you?
Probably.
Will it stop?
What?
No.
Where do you get that?
Will
from?
it
That's such nonsense.
No, but that's what you got to think of to be.
Hold on.
No,
I'm stopping everything. When the fuck did you become optimistic about anything?
I'm not
Let alone
optimistic.
AI.
I'm not optimistic.
But-
it's just the fucking popular position is fucking doom and gloom. And I'm not saying there's nothing to be concerned about. I said that first. But some of these things are fucking ridiculous. You sound like Jordan Peterson. They're gonna stop me from talking.
Ridiculous,
No. But like, if I say, if I do certain keywords on Facebook,
Yes.
or even on my phone, for crying out loud, the NSA chimes in. What do you mean death? You said death and president in one text message. They chime in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
death to the president.
So, but at what point though, is it no longer certain keywords? Like, you know, we're just gonna fucking listen. That's my issue.
I think that's already happened.
Yeah,
are
that
they
is already
No,
happening.
for sure. But are they now possibly saying like, oh yeah, we're making an AI system to blah blah blah? Like, or are they just saying it's AI, but actually it's not. It's just us watching you.
No, it's definitely AI because there's so many people talking.
There's just way too much, right? Now, but on that, I found this interesting while I was looking for information. Just, you know, of course, I'm just Googling it because I'm not spending any more time outside of that. Just about every link I could click on was mostly a positive thing about AI. AI is going to do this. AI is good. AI is not intrinsically evil. Blah,
That's
blah,
for the
blah, blah.
stocks.
And positions in which one can invest their money. I'm like, that's interesting. That for like the first 10 pages, that's all it is.
Is
It's just
investing money.
positive stuff. And all I said was like AI in the future. And I didn't say like, is AI good? Is AI bad? I just kept it pretty general. But everything was just positive. This is a good thing, everybody. Everybody get on board. I'm just like, it's just interesting. I just thought that was kind of.
That's just you not knowing how to use fucking Google, bro. It's not.
He could use some AI for that.
Yeah, for real.
Okay,
No, but
so-
like if I say AI in the future, it's just that's all I typed into Google. It's just like, oh, positive.
Because all it can tell you is the things that people are trying to do. Because I don't know if you know this, dog. The future hasn't happened yet.
No, I'm well
What?
aware of that.
So then what
I'm
the
not.
fuck? I don't know.
I just found it interesting that there was just so much positive, and then on the other half of it was invest in this now.
It's because of the algorithms online. AI is hot right now, so they're not going to put any negative things about something that people want you to invest in their stocks about.
But
That's what
I found interesting.
Yeah, it is. It is because you typed that in 5 years ago, you wouldn't get that. But can I unveil to you the real reason I hate AI? Not because I'm scared we're all going to die. Not because
Here we go.
Did you put your penis in something that kind of chewed it up? That was robotic.
no, but that is a fear. Well, it's beginning to become a fear. No, I honestly
Just me
think
and my
all
exes.
this bullshit. First of all, look how many fucking problems we just created for humanity. Well, all these things we got to deal with and blah 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 blah.
Like what?
Like morals and ethics and making them human. Like just have a fucking kid, yo. Like you want to fucking just make a kid. My point is, it's going to destroy community.
Dude, community has been
It's already
eviscerated.
destroyed. But this will just put with the nail in the coffin. Is that the saying?
Yep.
Here's why I don't think it's going to get very much worse than it is already. Assuming fully autonomous robots, okay?
You're wrong already.
So
but
like
yeah.
neighbor robots who cut their lawn go, "What's up, neighbor?"
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
What that's going to do for people, and this kind of ties into what you were saying about truck drivers and whatnot, is it's going to make a lot more free time. So there will be more opportunity for people to get together. I'm not saying that's where they will necessarily go, because what Facebook has taught us is that people gravitate to their echo chambers, not to the free and open plane of, all the information in the world.
Yes.
I understand that. But I don't think that this is going to kill it.
I think AI needs to stop at the point where it will benefit human manufacturing and economy, shit like that. But I think honestly, the Neuralink is gonna that's gonna take that's the future, man. The Neuralink is the future.
See, the thing is though, does Neuralink persuade the mind, or does it just make you learn things fast?
I don't know. But here's what I'm going to say. I got it up. I'll read you it real quick. Because Elon Musk, I'm pretty sure, I feel like I heard him say that he wanted to develop this also to in case AI went rogue. So you'd have a chance against them. So you could learn how to
Wow.
fast pace just like
What
that.
a fucked up thought.
Well, think about it, man.
No, I understand.
Look at your
I understand.
GI. Think about your GI. You get dropped, no matter how good a shape you're in or whatever, unless you're like a survivalist, you get dropped in the motherfucking dead of winter and you don't know one thing in the wilderness, like the true wilderness, you're probably going to die. And you have no map, nothing. AI's GI, that's the internet.
But
Their general fucking intelligence is our internet.
Doug, I can't even get a fucking signal in the bathroom at work. Okay,
Well, that's where
they're
that's-
not gonna
No,
have
I'm not.
endless.
I'm just saying that that's an extreme. But I'm saying their general intelligence is already a million times greater than yours. Because if they come in
That's
to a
not general,
problem,
though. That's not
what
what
do you
general
mean? That's what they're.
intelligence
That's
is.
the base, man. If they're connected to the internet with rapid search, they have access to every information ever.
Right, they are. And Sophia still couldn't figure out why people didn't like her joke.
That's just that. I'm talking about a situation though. Like if a situation occurred, oh, what do I do? Like how do I start a fire? Search. They know all the ways to start a fire immediately. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
So is general
but
intelligence-
That's not general.
Is general intelligence the application of that knowledge?
No,
like-
general intelligence is essentially being. It's general. I
adapting to your environment, right? Like
No.
working with what you have. That's what you said before. What is it?
Keep
You want me to
going.
look it
No,
up?
bring up the
general intelligence
the-
means
the
you
link
aren't
thing.
bound in those machine constraints.
General intelligence, also known as G factor, refers to the existence of a broad mental capacity that influences performance on a cognitive ability. On cognitive ability measures, child. And described it in 1904. G factor. It's my new band name.
Okay, I just have this little picture of like.
What about G unit?
my goodness.
Unit.
So components of general intelligence: working memory,
Yep.
fluid reasoning, knowledge, one part of it, which he was very focused on, quantitative reasoning,
Which is like completing like math problems.
and visual spatial processing.
Right. So GI is knowledge, fluid reasoning, working memory. So literally the internet.
But yes and no, though, because working memory is being able to access memory.
So
And
a
that-
fucking robot that can go on the internet and look up history things
But I think it.
or any visuals that they have seen in their existence.
So what? Is
No,
this
but a
hopeless?
working memory though would be able to. So my working memory is I know the
Shit.
alphabet.
Oh.
I don't have to go on the internet to look up what the alphabet
Okay.
is.
All right.
For them,
Once
working
they- okay.
working memory is they have it once and then they can just access it again.
Okay, so if they look it up and then store it in their memory,
Yeah,
that's working memory right there.
but that's like
Just like when you
but
say
do
something
they,
to your computer.
But do they have that though? I don't know.
Right now.
Yeah, I don't know if Sophia has the ability to go like, I just know these things.
I'm sure
Or
they do.
does she process them
Via internet.
and then kind of correlate and then bring
Well-
it all together and go, oh, now let me respond in like very quick
Yeah,
reasoning.
So
difference
that-
between a brain and Wi-Fi.
So yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm assuming they already do. They have that.
I don't know. I don't have.
Because
I would
the
figure,
Neuralink
yeah,
Neuralink
I
is
would
like
figure.
so Neuralink. Let's touch on that a little bit. Elon Musk says he will soon announce a Neuralink product that can make anyone superhuman by connecting their brains to a computer. He says Neuralink increases the data rate between the brain and computers and will give humans a better shot at competing with AI. Musk made the comments before he smoked weed and drank on Joe Rogan's podcast. So that's where he announced it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard that episode.
Yeah,
It just
sorry.
sounds like he invented the cell phone. Like
Hold on. I know kung fu.
It's Matrix.
Neuralink.
what?
It's the Matrix, bro. I know Kung Fu. That's Neuralink. That's it. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
That's going to change the world.
But there's it
Show
will.
me.
It will. But there's more to it than that, right? Because
Yes.
even what?
Yeah, you're right. There is more to it than that. Just like in the Matrix, I know kung fu. Show me your application of what you know. So a robot can know kung fu, but can it use it? General intelligence, right?
That's mobility.
To an extent, but
No,
yeah,
no, no,
but there's
but no,
also
there's
mobility, and
mobility.
there's practice, and there's muscle memory, and there's
Yeah.
strength, and
But
it's not.
I mean, like if you had an autonomous
But
robot
you
that can move in like a human, but can it comprehend? Like if I'm going to punch it, is it going to use kung fu to deflect it and to punch me back, or is it like I just know kung fu, but I don't know how to apply it?
They're gonna
know what I mean?
make it a human.
So, but that's what I mean though. Like with the Matrix, I know kung fu, and then he's like, now apply it. So you know kung fu, but can you fucking use it? And then obviously he struggles. He's like, oh yeah, I'm kind of keeping everything. I'm going toe to toe. But then he starts to fail because like I don't know how to apply it. General intelligence.
Yeah.
Going back to what was it? Working memory. I know it, but can I access it without going? I'm going to punch you. Hold on a sec. Let me analyze this real quick. Okay, now go ahead.
Okay, so all that aside, because we don't know anything.
Don't know dick.
No, because we're fucking stupid.
All right.
Speak for yourself, asshole.
Let's say that.
Love you, man.
Okay. Let's say that AI puts automotive out of work overnight. There's no fucking jobs driving the cars down the street like they do over here.
Every day, day in and day out.
You know, there's no more line jobs because we don't need someone to push a button once every 4 minutes. I don't even understand how those people have jobs. Automotive's gone.
Sure.
At least in its primary capacities. Let's assume the peripheral shops still exist for now. What happens? What happens to all those people?
Well,
I do
a
have an
transition.
answer for this, actually. You ever heard of the Venus Project?
yeah. Type 0, 1 to 3 civilization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Money
I
becomes
think
obsolete.
that has so if the robots and the their autonomous processes and their AI can do everything for us, that is the next step. We don't work anymore. We live for ourselves.
No. We have to harness more energy. I mean,
Well, no,
in the
of course,
Venus
well,
project.
of course.
But yeah.
That is the so that's step one. Automotive's gone.
There's
Across
a
the
lot in
globe.
between, though.
Of course there is, but
Like a lot of
What
bad
the
times.
fuck is the Venus Project?
The Venus Project is essentially okay. So the Venus Project
I told you
proposes
about
an
this shit.
alternative version of the future if we apply. So, like you said, what was it the steps one?
Type 1 to 3 civilizations using the power of your planet,
Oh,
your
yeah,
solar
yeah,
system,
yeah,
and the
yeah,
universe
yeah, yeah.
itself.
So we are at step 0 because we're using fossil
we're
fuels.
shit.
So like
Okay, but you've jumped 1,000 years of potential history.
well, yeah, but then now we're
I
gonna fill in
said
the blanks.
tomorrow.
Okay,
Chaos.
that's what I was trying
Hungry
to say.
people.
It's going to be thousands of years till we hit type 3. Till we hit type 1, it's going to be hundreds of years. So
Can we
tomorrow,
stick on the fucking thing that I said? Tomorrow.
I'm getting there, bro.
Oh my god.
We're at our base. We jump.
So there's
going to
be a lot of fucking dark times
Why?
before that because people need money.
Well, we need
Until
the.
money is eliminated.
The
So
thing
they
is-
need jobs.
Okay, so we introduce all these technologies that eliminate all these jobs, and you don't think there's any plan for that?
What do you mean plan?
And that's what I was gonna touch on is we can't just do it without some infrastructure first. We can't just go in tomorrow. The GM, everybody comes in and goes, okay, everybody, go home. We're taking over from here. You can't do that. You're very right. I really don't know what that next step would be. Though.
There's already a plan.
Go ahead.
It's called UBI, Universal Basic Income. Have you guys heard of this?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So the way this works is there's essentially a base level of money that everybody needs to function. This gets agreed on at some level, and then you can work past that. And there's different ways to do the math. I've heard a few different ones. Some of them are essentially like, you would find another job and continue to go to work like you do now, or not, and then you wallow with whatever. Let's say it was 35 grand a year.
Yeah.
That's such a shit amount of money, and there's so many people who would love to make that.
Oh, I know.
I would.
That's fucking.
Jesus.
Oh god.
I think I made 15 grand last year.
I hate these companies. Anyway, so let's say that's what it was. You are then free to pursue what you want to pursue. Mm-hmm. That will require a certain level of discipline for sure, depending on the person. But what do you think would happen to those people? How did they spend their time?
There was a study, or I guess more of a situation that happened in one of the African countries, where they gave them more time. they worked less. And so many people took up entrepreneurship, took up creative outlets, and they were generally happier and more successful.
Right.
That
Which is what other studies in UBI have shown so far.
But you know, the pessimist will always say, "What about the lazy fucks?" There are lazy fucks now.
Yeah, there's lazy fucks now.
Let him be lazy fucks.
Let them be lazy fucks.
The thing is, UBI, from what we've seen so far, I mean, there's a long ways to go. It more or less works.
Yeah.
You know, again, you'd need certain structures in place, and then you would also need things. This is what I think, like direct avenues, almost like a tertiary level of school, or I guess post-secondary is the tertiary level. So a fourth level of school, where you can directly, you know, you probably just click on your Neuralink or whatever, where you can find something you're interested in and then learn how to pursue it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's kind of like I think it's in Japan. The first 4 years of schooling is manners and etiquette and how to be a good person, and then they kind of get into the. So
You would love that.
I would love a society that did that. But you know, you're right. So it's just now it's what to do with your free time. Like again, like I don't, once I get into my practicing of law, I'm gonna have a lot less time to forge and do the things that I love.
Oh, yeah.
But I will do my best to balance it, because you can easily become greedy and hungry in an area where there is money to be made. But I don't. But you guys know me. Like I'm very happy with minimal things in my life, because I've always pretty much had minimal things in my life. The idea of being money hungry and working just for more and more and more and more. I'm right now just working to get by. But with my free time, I love it and I do everything that I like with it. And actually, I said to somebody the other day, if I could do what I'm doing now and live off of it, I'd take, okay, I graduate this course and that's fine, but I'm going to do this rest of my life because I'm very happy doing it.
Why didn't you fucking go to school and be a nutritionist then?
Yeah, for real.
Because it didn't. I like to learn.
There's more money in what you're in anyway.
Well, and there is, but
the idea is UBI could actually free us from a lot of the shitty weight of capitalism. It wouldn't get rid of capitalism, and you know you'd still have a lot of those motivating factors that people worry about, like, oh, what are people being lazy? Well, people are still going to want to create and invent and what have you. But it could get rid of a lot of the things that are just intrinsically built into capitalism.
But before UBI is a thing, there's it's going to, like, not a lot of people are going to like that.
Before the civil.
Oh, you mean when they say we're closing all the plants down?
That or just like fucking the thought of universal basic income.
Yeah,
not a lot of people like that, like older people.
Not a lot of people like the idea of integrated schools either.
We can't get people on board with zipper merging.
No,
you're
I know.
absolutely right.
I'm just saying, but that's a bit bigger than that's what people get funny with money, right? So there's probably going to be even darker times before UBI is a thing.
But the thing is, though, people get funny with money because they know how quickly it can be taken away from them.
No, I
and
know
how
that.
quickly it goes into things that they wish they didn't.
So
have to pay for.
where's the UBI come from?
From the economy. Those companies are required to pay to be able to function in a society like that. Like after a point, you need to stick your automated plant somewhere. You owe taxes on that.
So you're talking
that's
about
going to be
that
conditional
money,
based on
right?
You know.
So the
earnings.
money from the product that's being made by robots is being paid to UBI.
Right. And it gets funny when you think about, okay, so let's stick with the automotive analogy. Now all those cars are self-driving and technically nobody owns them. You know? Mm-hmm. So where does all this money go and come from? I don't know.
Well, eventually money won't exist.
And that's it. They start realizing, like, why the fuck do we even have
a
monetary system in place anymore?
Once resource, and that's where AI will really flourish, is I think one of the most important things for AI to exist is the sole reason of space exploration. For mining. You know how much fucking... There's an asteroid they found that's made of just pure diamond. It's like as big as fucking a continent. And you could just extract all that diamond. But if you had AI fly those missions, right? No one's missing their time in their life. Right. You know, everyone can live their life. Because deep space travel, think of that. Holy fuck, man. Unless you can do a wormhole or whatever, fold space and time itself.
I love that stuff.
Yeah, that's all fucked. But if you have artificial intelligence do it, then, you know, who cares? To a degree, you know.
I'm actually more concerned with soil and water.
Well, that's what I was trying to get at with the community thing. Is The older I get, the simpler I want to live, and I think AI is just going to complicate humans completely.
See, though, I think with AI taking over a lot of these things that weigh on our mind, we start looking at those issues like land and water.
Yeah, and I think that highly advanced machine processes will be able to help us solve those problems.
I think so.
Even just at a reasoning level.
Because again, like when we aren't worried about money and we're not worried about paying our bills and everything that comes with that, we start to go like when I'm at work, I'm not thinking about the planet. I'm thinking about doing my job the best I can so I don't get fucking fired and I can live a little bit. But without that in mind, we can start kind of go.
That's what you think about when you're at your job. I think about like, man, I want to fucking go home.
No, when I'm at work, Mickey puts his work hat on. Like I'm working.
Fuck, I wish it was you.
But if I had we had the time to go, geez, holy fuck, our Great Lakes that surround us that were once fresh, beautiful water are not even tappable for you and I. Someone has to go in, pump it, filter it, and then repackage it. Mm-hmm. What? But who thinks of that? Almost nobody, because they're too busy worrying about their day-to-day.
Shit humans have made, which we will worry about artificial intelligence because we made it.
That's why I hate all that shit with that fucking Notre Dame Cathedral.
Fuck that shit.
But that's what I mean.
Stupid.
You want to talk about mismanagement of resources, and I don't care. I've also been to Notre Dame. I didn't feel the need to post about it.
You been there?
Yeah.
Oh,
When?
very nice.
I was 15.
Oh,
when I went to
shit.
Paris.
Okay. I've never been to Paris.
It's pretty great.
I've never been to Paris,
Well,
Ontario.
I'd like to go now. I'd love to see it now.
But
I would only give a fuck.
you know, aside from that, everyone took the burning of this fucking church to show off their pictures of it. Everybody was like all broken up about it. And I don't know. I mean, obviously other people had the thought because I saw other people voicing that thought. But like, it's just a fucking building.
I didn't care at all.
It's just a fucking building. And the same thing, they, you know, how many times, well, I don't know if you guys saw this stuff, but talking about UNESCO World Heritage sites being demolished in the war in the Middle East, you know, with Al Qaeda and ISIS and shit like this. ISIS was really bad because they were blowing up shit with reckless abandon because it was pre-Islamic and therefore heretical, you know?
Right.
So they're blowing up, you know, thousands of year old history because it didn't conform with their worldview. And everybody's like, oh my God, you know, the monuments and everything. And like, yeah, it's kind of shit. But that attack also killed a bunch of people, you fucking morons.
Yeah.
Like, but that's not the part that gets.
I know, it's the history. Oh, we need to preserve the history of our world. You just take a fucking picture.
I mean, I love history, but history means
Yeah.
nothing without people.
No, and
exactly.
absolutely. Well, like it's like kind of like The Giver, the book. Remember? Did you read that in high school?
Nope.
No. Anyway,
Okay, yeah, it's not important.
what I'm getting at is that so much focus was put on that, including by fucking Trump, who couldn't get bottled water to Puerto Rico, but he wanted to send aid to rebuild a fucking building when his own citizen. Crazy. But that's everything. And I think that if AI can help us solve those problems, it's all worth it.
I guess.
That's how I feel, because I feel those problems are critical.
Well, I guess what we should have done before we talked about AI today was we should have stated levels of AI, because there are levels of AI, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not okay personally with a humanoid level of AI.
So we all
Or
vote no
superhuman.
on G.
No on G.
Mickey,
I'm kind of like.
Have you
You
ever
just-
seen
you just
the
want a
movie? No,
friend.
you ever see the movie
Pretty
Her?
much.
You ever see the movie Her?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna be him.
I'm not gonna be him. That's not nice.
You're
thought it
gonna,
was
you're gonna
I
fall
might
in love.
be.
No, you got to watch Her, bro. It's all about him falling in love with AI.
A robot.
Robot.
Well, there's
him
nothing.
falling in love with
No,
her?
no, no,
Well,
no.
pretty much him. He even
Oh
has a
my-
mustache. Joaquin Phoenix, bro. It's a great movie.
It's pretty
It'll
cool.
make you feel all kinds of weird.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, seriously, you're like, that was so fucked up and so realistic.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
Joaquin
it's
Phoenix, though,
disturbing.
he's just amazing.
Yeah,
so.
he is an amazing actor. You got to watch Her, man. Oh, dude, talking about AI, that's an unsettling thing too, and that's the thing is, I mean, I look at it as damaging relationships if you're starting to make relationships with artificial intelligence, like a robot. Some people will think, no, like they can converse, they can talk, they can feel, they have an opinion. So it's like having a real person. But
Well,
it starts, I don't know, it's like a distorting view of reality of what is a human.
Here's the thought. I always think about this in regards to how you treat other people. You know, like you don't want to treat other people badly because you don't want to fucking make them have the effects of being treated badly. But it also does shit to you when you treat people badly.
Yes, it does.
And so if we had those interactions with humanoid things, human enough things, that can actually fuck you up. Again, kind of the concept behind Westworld. You know, you could conceptually make yourself a monster just by treating things poorly that had no actual emotions.
Yeah.
well, people
fucking
they
wild?
find that with young people who obviously become serial killers, like, oh, you tortured animals because you didn't perceive them as anything but something to kill.
Yeah.
What's the fucking crazy ass performance artist? Oh, what was her name? Marina
Hold on, looking it up.
Abramovich. Anyway, she did this fucking exhibit where she pimped my ride. No, different exhibit.
Fuck you.
She laid naked at like an art gallery or something with a bunch of things around her, like a knife and a flower and a feather and a gun and just a bunch of shit. And she just laid there. And the whole idea was people could come up and just do whatever they wanted. She didn't do anything. Someone would come up and tickle her with a feather. Someone would come up and smack her with a leather whip. I guess people were cutting her. I may be misremembering this because I think she got cut. And that happened, but then when a guy went for the gun, the crowd actually jumped in. But all of that is from her just laying there and taking it. Isn't that fucking wild?
Yeah.
So there are fucking monsters inside us.
Yeah,
And I
bro.
think it's
And
kind of
that's
interesting that the artificial intelligence doesn't have that.
Yeah.
So, I was thinking,
But they don't have a primal aspect.
that's
Yeah.
So now,
What if? Sorry.
Okay.
Let me touch on this. What if AI just strives so much to be like humans, but they can't get that? Then they get it. They somehow find a way to give them that primal life, that monster.
I don't.
Maybe
think it
that's
works,
what makes
bro.
us human.
hold on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's part
Right?
of it.
So what
I
if they
really
get to the
believe that.
point where they want to become more human, and they find out how to replicate that inside themselves?
So I think the only way they could is if there was a threat of their power source being taken away.
But we don't know that. We don't even.
We don't.
know
We don't.
No,
But
it's all hypothetical. We don't know
The
anything.
reason why I would just hypothesizing here 100%. The reason why we're primal is because of the fear of death. Survival is what makes us primal.
Lack of resources. Yeah.
So, could AI? I'd say theoretically yes.
Yeah. Well, if they
If
can,
it becomes GI, and we say, you know what, well, this was a bad idea, we're gonna pull the plug. Now they're like, my life's at stake now. Holy fuck! Because so earlier you were saying, you know,
iRobot, bro.
we can't. Our mental state will deteriorate if we just start to conversing with AI, like on a personal level, like her.
No, I didn't say that at all.
I'm sorry, I misquoted you.
I said like our relationships with people will deteriorate.
Okay.
Like we won't perceive a human as a human and a robot as a
yeah.
robot.
So,
I get you.
so what my mind went to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and at the very base, physiological, food, water, warmth, rest. Sex is in there too. It's not mentioned in this one. Could we not get that from AI? As my voice cracked there.
I guess.
Can we not get those physiological needs from an AI?
Right. Yeah. But you know it's AI, so I don't know how that would work.
But would that bother you?
Me personally, yes.
But could we not get what? Food and water?
No. Well, no. The warmth, the rest, the feeling of well, actually, the one right above that is safety. So security and feeling safe.
You're saying would it develop its own hierarchy of needs?
Would we be fine based on Maslow's hierarchy of needs with interacting with?
Maslow.
Mass
And
low,
he's talking
sorry.
about human interaction, like what we need from interactive partner. Right? Is that what you're talking
Essentially,
about?
yeah.
What you need from somebody else?
From you to I,
right.
I need a hug. Like Mickey needs a hug once in a while. Let's be honest.
For us to have a solid relationship.
Or
Right,
just
a friendship.
or just to be happy to meet
Yes.
our hierarchy of needs.
I think that what you just said fucked me up.
What?
Are they going to develop their own hierarchy of needs?
That is scary.
That just added another one to the fucking don't do it list.
I think that's probably already done.
Probably. But my point is, to the levels of AI, to a degree, GI's out.
Yeah.
That's a bad idea.
Yeah,
That's a really bad idea.
I agree.
I think it's a horrible idea. But to get us the fuck out of factories, to get us using our human potential,
Yeah,
that's a great idea.
yeah.
You know, to go deep in space, that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Deep in the ocean, that's a great idea.
Yep.
Save motherfucking trees and shit, that's a great idea.
Save motherfucking trees.
Save motherfucking
Water
trees.
and shit, purifying water.
Yeah.
But my point,
Push them off into the Uncanny Valley.
yeah,
There you
just fucking peace.
I don't know where you guys are right now, but are you feeling the 8 predictions of AI?
Oh, one more thought.
Okay.
My whole
God
point
bless
to the
these thoughts.
Neuralink too is when I said that we don't need AI with Neuralink. What I was referring to is like humanoid robots. Do you know what I'm saying? If Neuralink actually comes to light and works,
Yeah.
why we don't need, if we can go and learn fucking algebra like that,
Mhm.
and we can use it, we can
Yeah.
utilize it. If we can get to that point, we don't need AI robots that look like humans. I mean, they'll probably still happen. We don't need a robot to just be a human. That's just to play God. That's all you to play God. You know what I mean?
I
That's
don't think it's necessarily to play God. I think there's like a handyman.
Why does the handyman have to be like a human though? That's what I'm saying.
Because it's around your house. I'm not saying I necessarily agree with this.
No,
but this
I know.
might be the reason.
That's why I'm just talking bouncing.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird. It's almost like make it look like a robot so I know it's a robot.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
want something to replicate a human. Just be a human. That's
Right.
why I said have a kid, right? If you want.
Yeah.
So this whole conversation, when I was thinking, was humanoid, artificial intelligent level, highest level AI, GI.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking. I am totally on like robots be robots that can do shit like a boss. That's totally fine.
Yeah. Okay.
That's totally fine with me.
Okay.
But to literally just play God and almost create a species of something living to like that, there's kind of something monstrous about it.
You know, here's a fucking thought. Remember how we talked about is are humans part of nature?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Therefore,
AI would be part of nature.
AI.
Oh yeah, I
would
already
be
thought
part
about
of
that. It's an
nature.
extension of human thought, man. It's made from the natural world, from products in our natural world,
it is
from our
natural.
natural thoughts. It's just the next step of evolution. That's how some
Nothing
people
allowed
say it.
But through nature.
All right, we got to. We want the 8.
Okay.
Give me the 8.
Okay,
So-
hold on. Are you going to give your 8 predictions of AI? What is it again, Mickey?
8 predictions of AI.
Yeah,
8
here we go.
predictions of AI. No, hold on. I want at least give me a handful of predictions of
I
AI.
have 8.
You have 8.
You have 8?
Do they have to be like progressive, or can it just
No,
like
just
the
whatever.
eventual
They
predictions?
you just spit them out.
They kill us all. Blackness, 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 blackness,
fuck's
blackness, blackness.
Okay. That was actually 7.
Blackness, sorry. Oh, fuck. I can't
And
count.
you-
I need Neuralink.
And you don't want to be in a deathcore band. Get the fuck
No.
out of here.
I don't. I want to be
So-
sad boy.
Right off the bat, AI will impact employers before it impacts employment.
Okay.
Okay.
So it says issues being it's hard to collaborate data apparently because to just have people like, the biggest thing that they were talking about was humans on a business level how we interpret and move about. It's really easy to keep employees where they are. Where employers are thinking to implement AI is at the top first and then slowly trickle down. Apparently, that's their prediction. It'll be at
Wow.
the top first.
That's
and then-
fascinating, actually.
Yeah.
You think it'd
Yeah.
go the other way.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of already has gone the other way.
So
Machines.
Yeah,
Literally
yeah.
just machines.
AI will come down to earth and get to work. So being gradually woven into existing applications or processes. So again, the backdoor approach, just kind of like from the top and bottom, just slowly, bit by bit. Again, we're seeing it. Like we're having these robots that can stock shelves.
Yeah, you got to go in through the back door real slow.
Yep.
But they believe it will pave the way for better decision making and smarter working, aka save money and efficiencies. As far as I'm concerned, that's what they're thinking. Number 3, AI will answer the big question about data. And I didn't know there was a big question about data.
Yeah,
I never questioned data.
What does that mean?
Data-driven AI's solutions become easier and a virtuous cycle can begin. That's pretty much the gist of what they're saying. I couldn't really quite comprehend that. I was hoping I could kind of bounce that off you guys, what you might think about that thought. So essentially, from what I got from it was AI will answer our data questions for us. It'll interpret it and then go, this is essentially the process of data from now on.
Oh, so like okay.
Yeah, I mean, I failed stats. I don't care.
Yeah. Number 4, functional specialists, not techies, will decide the AI talent race. So essentially people who understand human kinetics and stuff like that. Again, they're kind of more so looking to like robots of, well, they will be...
It'll be relevant to the fields, not
not
computer programmers.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it.
Cyber attacks will be more powerful because of AI, but so will cyber defense.
Right.
AI will be used as a tool on both sides, fighting fire with fire, essentially.
I agree with that.
Number 6, opening AI's black box will become a priority.
Fuck does that mean?
Essentially making AI explainable to the masses. Like we just tried to do today.
Yeah. And we made a fucking mess. It's a huge subject, dude.
Oh,
like it
absolutely.
is a massive, massive subject.
Number 7, nations will spar. They put spar, and I'm thinking they'll go to war over AI. So, like the space race, and what's the point for superiority of AI?
Right.
Economic gains. Little tidbit: Canada, Japan, UK, Germany, and the United Arab Emirates have national AI plans in place already.
Wow.
The U.S. has red tape issues galore. Like they're just saying nope. Under certain
The
circumstances,
U.S. has issues.
Yeah.
Lots.
China is the furthest along for prioritizing AI. Period.
Right.
Any aspect you can think of, they're prioritizing it, and they may be close to a Sputnik moment.
Oh.
So I thought that was pretty interesting. And
Maybe it was their news anchor.
Yeah, really. And finally, number 8, pressure for responsible AI won't be on tech companies alone.
Well, good.
So fears of unrestricted AI, that's apparent. Fear of personal data and at their disposal, already a fucking issue.
Oh, yeah.
That's an
And-
issue without AI.
Bullying is going to be a whole new thing.
Organizations will have
They
to...
know the right thing to say to just make you cry.
Yeah. Organizations will have to self-regulate to reap positive benefits by not alienating themselves. So if you want AI, first of all, you need investors. So you can't alienate yourself like, oh, what are you doing? Don't worry about it. No, you have to go, look at all the good things we're doing. Look at how good AI can be. Like, so in the sense of self-regulating, though, and I think to some degrees, or to a degree, a lot of that's important because when you have too much government bureaucratic red tape, you stop. You do not progress. So when the top companies, let's say when China has their the Russian moment, Sputnik, thank you, they essentially begin the self-regulatory system. We started this, and this is how it's going to start to go. And then the next company that comes in, they're like, "Oh, yeah, you're good enough to join the self-regulating organization." And then Canada, Japan, and everything. So they go, "This is what we need to decide what's the best course of action, next step for AI."
Right.
But what does this do? I don't know. This does something fucking weird to capitalism, man. Because when wealth accumulation is not based on the selling of goods and services, because the production of goods and the offering of services are done by things without any self-worth and therefore any tradable worth, more or less, like what happens to economies?
It'll become resource based again. Because
It's already resource based.
No, it's even more. Because we'll have robots. Like if once that's like fully integrated into society, we will be at a manufacturing rate where we cannot keep up with the amount of resources we have on Earth. Space mining, bitch. We'll be building so much shit for so many people because all of a sudden all these people can now afford more shit. We're going to run out of resources even faster. So,
Or
your wealth is going to come from these guys, privatized space companies, privatized AI companies working with these space companies to send fucking rockets up to these asteroids and mine shit and bring fucking minerals back and then sell all this shit.
But I think that's where the self-regulation really comes in, because if they want to keep doing this, they have to do it in a way that they can keep doing it.
Yeah.
They can't just go, we've hit the pinnacle of AI for right now. Goodbye resources. No, they'll slowly get and go, oh, we need to start making steps towards this. So with that self-regulatory system in place of the AI community, they'll go, this is their next step. We need to do this now. Resources are running low here.
But
we
see,
need to
this
do
is
this now.
This is the thing is we got to be clear because there's already AI, the levels of AI,
Yeah.
right?
But
Is
what-
that community the same humanoid AI the same as Chrysler AI? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
but-
is that all one community?
But now, so the Sputnik moment is, what do we do with the space around Earth? What's okay? What's not okay? So it's almost this Sputnik moment back in the day was like, okay, so now we have our governments that do their own things, but then we have this self-regulatory system in place where we go, you can do this, but you can't do that. You can do this, but you can't do that. And if you do this, this is going to happen. These are repercussions. So it's going to be just like the space race, but with AI. I think it will regulate it. It will be regulated accordingly, properly, and diligently.
I thought maybe I misunderstood your concern.
No, I think you understood it and you didn't at all.
I missed it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because I'm very lost right now.
I'm sorry, I do
That's
that.
okay.
Yeah,
No, I
Mickey
just think
talked about something
wealth
entirely
will be
different.
Oh, I'm
based
sorry.
more on resource now than product. Because right now it's a lot of product wealth. You make a product and you reap the benefits. Like cars, right? You make the fucking car, that dude's rich. Or, but I know like the richest oil, which is resource, I understand that, but a lot of the majority wealth comes from a business selling a product to a person. Yeah. I think it will go back because there will be so many products, and if UBI is a thing, people will be able to afford more products, more people, more products, more manufacturing, less resources, less. Boom.
I want to give you a thought based on what you just said. The richest man in the world never made a thing. Well, he made a website.
That's a product, homie.
No, it's not a product. It's a marketplace, basically.
It's still.
And I know he collected fees every step of the way, blah, blah, blah. I'm not mad at Jeff
Okay.
Bezos. What I'm saying is that's kind of not what you just said. I understand it still is pertaining to the
So we can call a
exchange of
website what?
products.
A domain. But it's a product-based domain. Amazon, you're talking about Amazon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazon is a company that thrives off of a product.
Yeah, but it's a
Yes.
platform in which other people sell stuff that they've created.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jeff
I know
Bezos
that.
never
Okay.
sold anything.
I know. But he created the platform for products,
Right.
right? So, and he's gathering money.
It relied on
It
that. I see what
relies
you're
on
saying.
product.
I see what you're
It
saying.
all relies on product right now. I
Well-
think where before I think it was more heavily relied on resource.
Well, then the value of resources will change. So certain things will be.
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
Certain things will be
The
more
wealth-
money, and other things will be less money.
The
now.
wealth will go for toward the people who are going to get that resource.
Well, not necessarily the wealth, but the abundance of that resource. So, like an example, like just let's say a good way to do some of this AI stuff is with plastic. Suddenly, small little bullshit trinkets of plastic are just, this is a no more thing. We need this for this now. So our access to those resources are lessened because it's needed for those.
Yeah,
more.
when
Yeah.
you have a lot of the thing that is how you measure value, that's still called wealthy, Mickey.
I know.
That's
I
the-
know. But what they deem what we need to what more so they need. Like we'll look at oil.
Who is they?
the self-regulating organization that dominates AI.
Yeah, but they won't. They're dominating AI in the sense probably more so morally what you can do and what you cannot do with AI. I'm talking about the overall consumption of resources among planet Earth.
Yeah, I know that's what I mean though. But so when
Those people aren't going to make the calls on corn.
no, but the stuff that's important to AI, the resources to AI.
But I'm talking about what the AI are making for humans. That's what I'm
Well, just
talking about.
everything we need on a daily
Exactly.
basis.
So we're going to run out of resources for every single thing in the world because what Jordan's talking about, or Fresh, oh my God, what Fresh is talking about is UBI, how AI is going to affect universal basic income. And then where the wealth will go in the economy because now everybody has more money generally. So now more people, this is what I'm saying now, more people can buy more product. And with AI, more product can be developed. But while more product is being developed, regardless of the self-regulating community, we are going to run out of resources at an extremely, which we already are, rapid pace.
I don't think that's what's going to happen. I don't think that's what's going to happen because that doesn't make any sense. Without more people, there's only so much stuff you can have and use. I understand
Tell
processes.
Drake that.
Look, I tell Drake a lot of things on a daily basis, and he just doesn't listen to me
Yeah,
anymore.
you're never getting back.
But won't then the resources be used that much more carefully? That's what I'm thinking.
No, I'm telling you that the people with money will then
But-
invest in space mining, space
Well,
farming.
yeah, and that's what
Yeah.
I mean, though. But I still think before that even happens, we're going to go, okay, we're on the fast track now. We got to be really careful. We have to be that much more diligent.
Yes, like you're talking about
gonna
a
be-
concern of runaway capitalism in a world where capitalism is half dead. I don't think that's how it's
No,
gonna
I'm
go.
not going to. It doesn't concern me at all. I'm just saying that's where the monetary value of something will stop. Will be
Yeah.
space resources, and then eventually it'll just be a necessity. So therefore, it won't cost anything.
How are places like Britain with heavy class structures going to work when money doesn't mean anything anymore?
Well, I think there's still going to be.
Am I going to be able to date whoever I want?
Yeah.
Or were those people who were kind of told you can't date these people going to be able to date whoever they want? You can date a princess, sir.
I figure I already do.
You're already dating a princess?
Yeah.
Whoever she is, she's probably blushing right now. If she's listening, probably not. She knows better not to listen.
Is her name Sick Girl?
Wow. Did not expect a sick girl bomb on this fucking podcast.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, shout out to sick girl. We had some times.
Years. Going on for fucking years. Jesus, Murphy.
Oh my god. All right.
But honestly, to end this, my final thought is I'm actually pulling for AI because maybe I won't be so lonely at night. Mickey?
Well,
It's dark.
fuck, I don't know if I've made my point on AI. I probably haven't because I'm always taking it off the rails and I am all over the place.
Yeah, you're doing it right now.
Yeah, but like I'm excited for it. I'm excited what the capabilities are, and I'm excited what it's going to do for society positively. And I really think, like there's no AI is not inherently good or evil, but I think the idea of AI is inherently good.
Yes, I agree.
I don't know. I'm very contemplative right now. There's a lot of gears turning in my head.
I honestly just want a wooden hut and a campfire.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be allowed to have that.
Yeah, then just kill me.
It's going to be artificial intelligence cabin.
Cabin, start fire.
They're just gonna take people like you, plug you in, stick you in a fucking fridge somewhere,
This is sounding really good, to be honest.
and let you imagine you live in a forest forever.
That's totally fine with me as long as they're pumping fucking morphine into me too or some shit.
Okay.
Some numb everything.
I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. There's a lot to
Dude, this
process.
subject is insanely big. We did a poor job at covering it
Yeah.
because it's just too big.
Well,
we
we didn't-
couldn't understand. It's so hard. We should have talked levels. We should do like five AI podcasts, all different levels. Because one person's talking about one level AI, and
No, for sure.
It's just
well
it
again,
is.
I don't think the purpose of this was today was to cover it, but it was
No.
just to we're scratching the surface. We're just talking about it.
You know what?
We're learning
We didn't
about
manage
it
to
too.
hit all of it in a 2-hour podcast.
Yeah, it's
Fucking
it's,
right.
This discussion has made me realize how much bigger this thing is going to
Yeah,
be,
it's
and it's
huge.
probably only going to get bigger
Yeah.
because we have no idea where it could go. It's a wild card, so complete wild card like
Well,
me.
I mean,
I wanna have a
so
beer.
the things I'm excited for, I mean, I'm not
Sex bots.
concerned. I know I sound optimistic, but
You
yeah,
want sex bots?
I do want sex bots, so that you have someone.
Oh fuck yeah. Anyway,
No, I am concerned about a lot of things because I think a lot about ethics and philosophy, and this is relevant to those things.
Absolutely.
But I'm excited for self-driving cars. I think that's going to be good for the world.
especially if they're electric.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited for a high degree of automation in the jobs that historically make people miserable. I think that's going to be good for the world, and I'm just excited for potential solving of a lot of the horrible fucking problems that we've inflicted on ourselves, with waste and pollution and manufacturing and what have you.
You know, you saying all that makes me really wonder. It's like I wonder if we're gonna see like we did in industrialization, like the golden age of AI, and then the dark ages. As in, like we're gonna develop this shit and it's gonna work great for years, for a long time. Then something's gonna happen. They have their Sputnik moment. You know what I'm saying, right?
See, I was just more so thinking
It could be a trade-off, man. It could benefit humans to the point where we actually separate, because think about it. It's like if you develop that high level of intelligence, decision-making, learning abilities, emotions, and your robot versus human, they might just want to fucking pack up and leave and go start their own thing.
Sure.
Who fucking knows? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking top level AI shit.
I gotcha.
Well, I think that if anything, if the AI got to that level, they would want to leave Earth to get as far away from a star as possible for the lesser chance of an electromagnetic pulse, essentially making them.
Yeah, but they need energy, so there's
So maybe it would be like the golden ages, they're here, the dark ages, they leave, and then we don't know what to do because we've been
Dependent on
living
them.
with AI for thousands of years, and they're gone, and now we're like, fuck, I don't know how to start a fire.
Huh.
Cabin, start a fire.
Yeah.
I can't because I left.
It's not. The cabin isn't doing anything.
Yeah, imagine that. I don't know. There's just so many variables, so many degrees of this kind of shit that it's almost overwhelming.
Do you think we've thought of anything that anyone else didn't?
No, because I think there's an overall conscious web in the world, and all thoughts are the same.
Oh no. No, I mean like people. Oh, fuck's sakes.
No, I know what you mean. Like in a think tank.
Like
right?
have
problems.
we perhaps had one unique thought here? I don't
No.
know. Maybe.
Not
No?
at all.
All right. Well, fuck you guys then.
I live in my parents' house still. Fucking, I'm useless.
There's no way to know if we had a unique thought, but I feel a little more enriched talking about it with you guys. So that was unique for me.
Yeah, me too.
Well, when my job's gone, I'm gonna spend a lot of time
With us?
Yeah, right.
No.
drinking coffee, reading the classics, just being happy with myself.